Disney's latest Snow White teaser trailer has dropped, and let's just say the reception has been far from magical. With over 850,000 dislikes and only 70,000 likes, this might just be one of Disney's most controversial releases yet. Fans are outraged, and the comment section is flooded with criticism, making it clear that this teaser has struck all the wrong chords. So, how did we get here? How did one of Disney's most iconic stories turn into such a massive PR disaster? Let's break it down step by step and see what went wrong. 1. The controversial casting and story changes. From the start, Disney's casting decisions and changes to the original story raised eyebrows. Rachel Zegler, cast as Snow White, faced backlash not for her acting but for her public comments. Instead of celebrating the original 1937 classic, she called it extremely dated, and even described its romance as creepy and weird. Fans were quick to call her out, seeing these remarks as disrespectful to the original film that has enchanted generations. But it doesn't stop there. Disney replaced the beloved seven dwarfs with CGI magical creatures to avoid outdated stereotypes. While the intention may have been noble, the execution fell flat. The CGI characters in the teaser feel lifeless and awkward, a far cry from the charm of the original dwarfs. What's worse, this decision alienated actors with dwarfism, many of whom expressed frustration at being excluded from such an iconic story. 2. The visual effects problem. One of the biggest criticisms has been the reliance on CGI. The dwarfs and other magical elements look more like plastic figurines than part of a real-world setting. Fans were hoping for the enchantment of Disney classics brought to life, but instead, the visuals feel hollow and artificial. If the goal of a live-action remake is to make the story feel more grounded and real, this adaptation seems to have missed the mark entirely. Set leaks didn't help either. When photos of the magical creatures hit the internet, they were widely mocked for their cheap-looking costumes and uninspired designs. Disney initially denied the leaks, but when the teaser confirmed these designs, it only poured fuel on the fire. 3. Characterization. Issues. Snow White's character in this adaptation also seems to have lost the essence of what made her so beloved. The original Snow White was kind-hearted, humble, and optimistic, a character who inspired warmth. But in the teaser, Rachel Zegler's portrayal feels more brash, condescending, and self-righteous. There's even a scene where Snow White lectures the dwarfs on how to clean their own home. Instead of endearing herself to the audience, she comes across as smug, which feels completely out of place for the character. 4. The PR nightmare. Disney's handling of criticism has been a disaster in itself. Rachel Zegler's comments about the original film went viral, and the studio's decision to double down on its changes instead of addressing fan concerns made things worse. Even when Zegler tried to backtrack in interviews, the damage had already been done. Fans felt her attempts to praise the project came off as insincere, and the negativity only grew. And then there's Gal Gadot, cast as the Evil Queen. While her performance was initially seen as a highlight, tensions reportedly grew between her and Zegler during production. Fans noticed the stark difference between Gadot's polished, professional demeanor and Zegler's controversial public remarks. Adding to the drama, Gadot's political stance as a vocal supporter of Israel clashed with Zegler's support for Palestine, creating even more distractions from the film itself. 5. Fans feel Disney has lost its magic. The bigger issue here is what this controversy represents. Many fans feel that Disney has lost touch with its audience. Instead of focusing on storytelling and honoring the legacy of its classics, the studio seems more concerned with pushing political messages and making modern updates that feel forced. Strong female leads are great, but they need depth and relatability, qualities that audiences feel are missing here. Disney has also alienated its most loyal fans by dismissing criticism as irrelevant or outdated. Fans aren't just upset about this Snow White remake. They're mourning what they see as the loss of the magic that once defined Disney. 6. What this means for Disney. So, where does Disney go from here? The backlash against Snow White is part of a larger trend. From live-action remakes that fail to capture the charm of their animated predecessors to divisive creative decisions, Disney is struggling to maintain its reputation as the king of family entertainment. Whether Disney can recover from this remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: fans are demanding more. They want stories that respect the legacy of the originals while also feeling fresh and authentic, not hollow, CGI-filled attempts that alienate the very people they're meant to inspire.